Well, where are we today? We're in the north central part of Arkansas in the Ozark Mountains. We're at the county seat of the largest town in Stone County. It is Mountain View. We're in Mountain View, Arkansas, the home of the Ozark Folk Center State Park and also the Ozark Music Festival, a town that's called the folk music capital of the world. It has so much more than that, though. So join us and we will take a look at the highlights of Mountain View, Arkansas. So a couple of years ago, Missy and I started coming here to Mountain View, and we really love the old historic stone buildings and the town's focus on creativity and art. The people are super friendly and helpful, and we really feel welcome when we go there, and we just want to spend more and more time there. It's a really neat town, and there's tons of shops along the square and Main Street here. You can just walk along the sidewalk and dip in to see something new. There's custom sweets and jams and other foods, resale shops, crafts and art stores, and as well as the other common stores like furniture and things like that sprinkled in there. Also sprinkled in there is the restaurants and cafes. There's a few of those around the square. Right off the corner of the square is Washington Street Park, aka Picking Park. This is where the locals gather to sing and play their folk music, bluegrass, country, gospel, folk. Now a little brief history of Mountain View. Mountain View was formed in 1873. It was later incorporated in 1890. The town is the county seat for Stone County, Arkansas. But it wasn't the first county seat of Stone County. That was an earlier town called Riggsville, and it was located about a mile or so to the southeast of here. Around the time of the Civil War, Riggsville was abandoned, and the town moved over here and formed Mountain View. The early economy was things like timber, agriculture, and there were some cattle and poultry, but today it's moved towards, cattle, poultry, and even a little bit of personal aircraft repair, but no major manufacturing. Today, tourism makes up most of the economy here. Mountain View is dubbed the folk music capital of the world, and for good reason. Every year, all of the folk entertainment, including the Ozark Music Festival and the Folk Music Heritage Center, brings in every year about 300,000 people almost. And it earns about $64 million annually also. Not bad for a town under 3,000 people. Some notable people from here are an actor named Dick Powell, who was a movie actor in the 30s and 40s and on into the 60s a little bit. Also, Grandpa Jones from the TV show Hee Haw was from here. As far as recreation goes, there's also the National Forest not far away, hiking trails, camping, biking. There's some local rock climbing. There's also a trail in the middle of town called the White Water Creek Trail, and it starts up at the Ozark Folk Center and goes about a mile and a half down about 104 feet to the Stone County Amphitheater. Absolutely gorgeous and so serene. It's beautiful. Surrounded by tall trees, has a creek flowing right through the center, and the centerpiece to me is this walking bridge just made of rock. It goes right over the stream. It's beautiful. It's a must-see if you're in Mountain View. If you want to see more about the Stone Amphitheater, we did create a video about it. Click up in the corner there and you can see that video. There's also a great city park in town with paved walking trails, picnic areas, some ball fields. If you're into motorcycles, there are several motorcycle scenic routes that go through Mountain View, or you can just start your own from Mountain View. There's some really beautiful drives on the highways in the Ozarks, great for motorcycles. One major recreational interest here is trout fishing in the White River. It's just outside of town a few miles. There's a community that's formed around it. It's called Allison. It's at the confluence of the White River and Sillamore Creek. There are multiple fishing resorts, cabins, restaurants, boat ramps, fishing docks in that spot. Thousands of people travel here every year just to fish for trout in the rivers and creeks. Don't forget the amazing Blanchard Springs Caverns just at the edge of town. It's a few miles from the town center and also near the Allison area. I once took a tour of the cavern and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. We met several people who swear that Blanchard Springs Cave is better than Carlsbad. Since I've never been to Carlsbad, I don't know, but for myself, this one is amazing. It's definitely worth a stop. Plus, there's an old historic mill that's demolished or, dilapidated down near there. Now, Mountain View has some very interesting old historic buildings on the National Register of Historical Places. On Highway 66, right at the edge of downtown, there's a red wood frame building on the south side of the road, right across from City Hall. It was built in 1915 by Francis Brewer. He built it as his grist mill building. The old Brewer mill was restored in the 1980s, though it looks like it's vacant now. Speaking of brewers, the Brewer brothers built the first commercial auto dealership and service station in Stone County. It is the CB Case Motor Company building. It was built in 1928. It's located at West Main and Howard Street, right on the square. Next up, we have the Inn at Mountain View, formerly called the Dewdrop Inn. It was built in 1886 and it's still in operation as a bed and breakfast today. It has 20 rooms available. Today, this is home of the Arkansas Craft School, which offers an array of year-round classes in the studio arts. But the building was built in 1924, and it was the Lackey General Merchandise and Warehouse. It's said to be the largest commercial building in Stone County. There's so much historic beauty in this town, but in this short video I can only show you a few. But we can't mention historic buildings here without showing you the Stone County Courthouse. It is the centerpiece of this town and the heart of most activities here downtown. Most of the festivals and events happen right here in the Courthouse Square yard. Whether it's the Iris Festival, the Bean Festival, the National Outhouse Races, yeah, I said it, outhouse races, right here on Main Street. It all happens right here around the courthouse. Also, there's car shows. Speaking of car shows, we did a video on the Chevy C10 truck show right here in Mountain View this year. If you want to see that video, click on the link up in the top corner of your screen. Back to the courthouse building. The first log courthouse was built in 1873. Then later, this courthouse was built, and it was built in 1922. It's constructed of native stone and is designed to stand the test of time. Let's talk about some of the amenities in the area. Mountain View has a fair number of amenities for a small town. Like this, their cozy library right in the middle of town. They even have an airport, although it was pretty quiet at the terminal. There are plenty of planes in the hangars though. There's a medical center when needed, and if it doesn't have what you need, Mountain Home has a regional hospital that's not too far away. And since this is a tourist town, there are plenty of cabin rentals, hotels, B&Bs, and inns ready to accommodate. There's so much more here, but I wanted to leave some for you to discover, should you want to visit. I wouldn't want to cover everything, right? Besides, we'll probably do more videos here anyway. Well, we're glad you could come with us to explore the town of Mountain View, Arkansas. Please stick around and watch more of our videos. Thank you from Missy and I at Nerd County Project. Later. Hoot hoot.